Hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Cook with Chef Edwin webinar series with Advent Health. My name is Courtney, and today we are joined by Chef Edwin Cabrera, Executive Chef at the Advent Health Center for Nutritional Excellence, where he will be demonstrating how to make delicious portobello mushroom with Swiss chard sauté whole wheat pasta. It's going to be so good. I will now turn it over to Chef Edwin, who already has the range hot. We got the pasta going. We're ready to go. And he's going to show us how to make this flavorful meal.
Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation, Courtney. All right, so here we have another cooking demo today. This one is just going to be, as Courtney was telling you, we're just going to saute some mushrooms, and we're going to saute some Swiss chard, right? We're going to saute some shallots, and what I wanted to tell you is, first things first, right? We're talking about portobello mushrooms, right? This is what your portobello mushroom would be, right? And if you don't find these ones, or you think that they're a little bit too high up there, then you can actually look for some cremini mushrooms. It's a baby bella. So it's pretty much the same thing. I just wanted to let you know that for this, when you're actually gonna use it, you have to get the stem out, right? And it's really, really simple, because with just 1 spoon, you can definitely remove all the gills inside the mushroom, right? You're just gonna get rid of this, and then just slice the mushroom, and you're gonna be set, right? If you wanna leave the gills, if the mushroom is as fresh as this one, you can definitely leave the gills, and that would give more of a deep flavor, more of a woodier flavor. Some people like it, some people kind of like tone it down by just removing them. So let's do that. And now we can definitely start right now. I have my pan is right here. Right? What I want to do is, like, I want to start sauteing, but I want to start sauteing something first, right? I have my Swiss chard right here. Swiss chard is another green. Remember that I always tell you the greener the better, or just look for greens, right? Because in this green, they're packed. They're packed with vitamin A, vitamin C. This has vitamin K, magnesium, potassium. It has iron, right? These are the little things that we don't see when we see real food, right? And right, and then we just go for everything that is already processed and saturated. So today, with that said, let's just go ahead and we're just gonna add some of my olive oil, right? So I'm just gonna put some of my olive oil. I might actually save this little bit for later. And the reason why is because when you actually get the Swiss chard, I don't want you to get all the stems out, right? Actually, the Swiss chard has the stems, the stalks are better than, let's say, the kale, because the stem of the kales are really, really hard, and people just dice them and put them. And if you're gonna saute, you just want to do it as quick, so you don't want to have those stems. But I'm just using some of the stems or stalks for the Swiss chard, and it's because I want to saute them plus the onions, because then we're going to be adding more fiber to this, right? So let's just start with that. And what I want to show you is that I want to get this higher. This temperature is just going to get higher. And then right after this, what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to add the mushrooms, right? Remember, I'm using creminis. I'm using a combination of both, because I have another one in here, another portobello, and it's just going to be a longer strip, but that's okay. So from here, I'm just going to go with my mushrooms first. You're going to be like, why he's sauteing the mushroom first? Because I want them to get really what we call the meaty, and I'm going to tell you why is that. Meaty is when you see how they are. They're like, it's pretty much like paper, and you'll be like, oh, that's why I don't like mushrooms on my salad, right? But if you cook them, then they can absorb all the liquid that and all the flavor that you're going to be putting in that recipe. So, believe it or not, this mushy stuff is just going to be really nice, right? And and right now, as I wanted to tell you, what's happening now? There's no more oil. But yeah, the oil is still there because we started with oil, right? So this is what happens. And then sometimes we decide, it stopped sauteing, let's add some more oil, right? No, this is the trick right here. The trick is going to be leave it as high as you can, and then you're just going to grab some broth, right? And this is just going to help, right? Because the broth is going to come to 210. That's going to be pretty much boiling, right? And then when you start doing so, that's just going to give some moisture to the mushrooms, and they're just going to start getting, really sleepy like that, and then they're just going to get really yummy. So
It adds a lot of flavor, right? The broth?
exactly. And the broth, this one is vegetable, right?
Yeah.
So definitely you can add, it's just going to add more flavor to it because, like vegetable broth, they're usually done with like carrots and onions and celery and squash and certain things. So certain vegetables that would actually give undertones to all this.
Right.
So, and that's why it's necessary that we just don't discard them. Let's just feel the love for them the way that you feel the love for sugar, right? Or some other, like what is sugars and fats. We have to be very conscientious, not only those two. How about sodium, right? So in here, I'm just using very little sodium, just 1 teaspoon. This is going to give me a couple of servings. So, but you see, like right here, all I'm going to do is like, I'm just going to wait for this to reduce completely. My mushrooms are going to be exactly how I want them. And then, we can start adding more things,
Okay.
right? And then right after that, so this is going on high and it's looking pretty good. Right here, what you can do now that it still has a lot of liquid, what can we do? Let's just add the flavoring ingredients, which today I have some black pepper, some salt, and some chili flakes. If you want to omit either of the black pepper or the chili flake and add more to it of one of them, you can do so. But it's so you can have different ways of really enhancing the food. All right. So now you see how my mushrooms are looking. They're looking pretty soggy, and I want them like that, right? Because that's how they're gonna start becoming meaty, and that's just gonna be so good. And right after this, it's just gonna be reducing. Then what we can do is just go ahead and start sauteing, and everything is just gonna come up real quick. All right. The other thing that I have here while this is reducing, we have our whole wheat pasta, right? You guys are gonna be thinking, man, everything is whole wheat, right? But the reason why we're trying to help you do the transition for whole foods, it would be trying different textures and different things. And not only that, just adding more fiber to your diet and more whole grains. And that's the reason why we want you to use some whole wheat pasta. Not only whole wheat would be beneficial for this, you can definitely do garbanzo pasta. Chickpea is just really, really good. Then you're using a lot more protein, either the same amount of fiber. So it's for you to really look for the things that are out there waiting for you to try, all right? And that's the reason why the whole wheat pasta, we are just gonna be combining all these carbohydrates, right? But they're gonna have fiber, so it's just gonna be it's gonna be the good sugars, right? It's not gonna be just plain sugars. We're not adding teaspoons of sugar in here or anything that is added, right? So that's why. All right, right here, look at this, guys. So you see, so what I want to do, I'm just gonna leave it like that, and let's just go ahead. And I'm just gonna start with my shallots, right?
If you don't have shallots, red onion, is that okay?
Beautiful.
Okay.
That would be awesome. That's what I usually use.
Okay.
Yeah, and because shallots are mild, right? And if you want to use the red onions, slice them and leave them in water for like 10 minutes, drain them, and that pungency kind of like goes away. So then you have a more subtle flavor of the onion that is an undertone. It's not something that is just so bright in your mouth that you think that your palate is just not gonna appreciate it.
Okay.
So yeah. And so you see, what happened to my shallots? They got translucent already, so they're losing that whitish color, right? But what am I going to do now? Okay, let's just add. I'm just going to do garlic. The reason why I'm doing garlic at this point is because, yes, at the beginning of it, it might actually be really good and the aroma is just going to be really, really strong. But my concern is that bitterness, if I get to burn it a little, and I don't want that, right? Because I want all the flavors just to really to marry with each other instead of having something that is like, oh, it just tastes like this ingredient, you know? So
garlic adds a lot of flavor, but also a lot of health benefits too, right?
Exactly. No, it's and when I make things without garlic, people always ask me why.
What's missing, right?
What's missing? And I'm like, well, you know, sometimes it's just for the palate, and not only that, it's just to give other vegetables, you know, to appreciate them, because sometimes garlic is so strong that we love it, and then everything else is the undertone.
Okay.
And I want to taste the sweetness. Let's say if we're doing mashed butternut squash or something like that, and we're gonna use some garlic, then you want to do something that is undertone. So you just want to taste the sweetness of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of just the garlic. And then people will know, oh, there's garlic in here. They will. All right. So you see, I'm destroying this. No, this is looking pretty good. All right. So what we're going to do now, as you can see, I have this right here. I'm just going to go ahead and place. This is my Swiss chard, right? I'm just going to place it right here. Why? Because I just wanted to wilt. We add the pasta, and I think we're doing pretty good. What is this? More moisture, right? So this is going to create moisture instead of placing them in a pot and putting water and just wilting it like that. You can definitely do it right here, right? So we're doing it right here, right?
We're getting some questions in, Chef.
Oh, beautiful.
What are the health benefits of this dish?
Oh, this dish. Well, this dish is just, if this is in our cookbook, the perfect dish for a diabetic,
Okay.
for somebody that has hypertension.
Okay.
So you see, because it's low in sodium, and then what you can definitely do for people with hypertension, they can omit the sodium because it's just flavorful enough, right? So it has great benefits, and as we were talking about the potassium that the switcher has, you know, and the sodium content, that the natural sodium content, so that definitely helps, you know, so our muscle don't get all cramped up, right? So there are just certain things that we can find in here. People feel better about it. They say, oh, that pasta was delicious. What was delicious was all the nutrients they got that they realized, oh, that was good.
Right.
But you see, if the nutrients would taste, we will remember them more than what we, you know, what we remember the food. So, and that's why we have to look for them in food. Beautiful. All right. So this is my pasta. It's already cooked. We're close with this. Look at my Swiss chard. All the ingredients are in there. Let's just fold this in. Beautiful. I'm using penne pasta because to do a demo is a lot better just to move things around than having to use the tongs for the angel hair. But you can definitely use angel hair. I'm just doing this because this is what I want to do it today. And but as you can see, this pasta is looking pretty good to me.
It's delicious. What's the
Right.
best indicator that the pasta is cooked? Now, I was taught you throw it against the refrigerator and see if it's cooked.
Exactly.
But I don't know.
And not this one. You cannot do that with the whole grain pasta or whole wheat pasta. Why?
Uh-huh.
Because they're not going to be as spongy.
Okay.
So that means that they're not as spongy. Spongy meaning that there's soft carbohydrates in the outer part, and that's when they throw it. That's why they stick,
Okay.
right?
Got it.
So, but this one is not as starchy. It has more fiber.
Good.
So you can hit it against the wall. It's gonna bounce back to you.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. Why? Because of the amount of fiber is just not gonna be as bouncy, right?
Okay.
So look at this, guys, and I just keep messing this up, but this is looking really beautiful. This is really the recipe that I wanted to show you. Let me just serve this, and we're just gonna add some goodies, right? Because I wanted to see, really. I'm placing it here, and I'm doing more serving than what I'm supposed to do, but it's because I wanted to see the whole composition of it, right? And this is looking really nice. And here we go. So here's the pasta, and that's our pasta with Swiss chard and portobello mushrooms, and we're adding some cheese to it. That would be the only animal product in it. Some vegetarians can definitely omit that part. And then we can definitely use, this is where pretty much all the sodium content is coming from, all right? So I just wanted to let you know, because you're thinking, oh, but it didn't taste it so bad. But remember, when you add the cheese, you're just gonna be adding more sodium to it, more fat. So you have to be very conscientious of how much you add, right? Of cheese and the goodies that we like to add. So, Courtney,
Yes.
come
Ready to
join
go?
me and let's say goodbye because you were awesome. So
All right. Well, we have one quick question.
Okay.
If you don't have chard, can you use spinach?
definitely.
Okay.
Spinach, you can use spinach, and I would do. They have these packs of power greens. They're baby ones.
Yes.
The baby power greens. That will be perfect for these two. All right.
Ooh, fantastic.
So, but this is the segment that we have for today. We really appreciate your assistance. I want to thank Courtney.
Chef Edwin will be joining us again with another live cooking demonstration October 25th at 2 p.m. I'll be here with him. We will be showing you how to make orange yogurt and fennel salad.
Fennel
Ooh,
salad.
that sounds
Yes.
really, really good. We hope
right.
you can all join us then. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for being here. All right. See you next time.